Hello everyone, it's Angela from The Chaotic Life of a Planner. In today's video, we are going to be putting together part 1 of my November budget pages. I'm going to start by flipping to October's budget. So I need to go back through and fill in a little bit more information. We'll talk about this in part 2 of my budget pages. I did not do very good about tracking my expenditures for the last half of the month. However, all of my bills are paid. So those are my paycheck budgets. You can see that I was an epic failure when it came to weekly check-in. Did not do them at all. My spending tracker, did not fill out my savings tracker. Didn't really do anything with sinking funds or transaction log. And I did keep my debt tracker up to date. So here is hoping that November will be a better month. I think we just need to eliminate the month of October. I shouldn't actually even really say that because November was not a bad month. It was a great month. We had a great time. We were just busy. And as a result of the busyness, I failed in the budget tracking department. But that is okay because November is a new month and I have the opportunity to keep better track of everything and to stay on budget, right? So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. If you guys are new to my channel, then you might not know that I typically use Caffeinated Cait's budget kits. So I started with stickers that I could order from her, like the ready-made stickers, and then that worked really well. But then a few months ago, maybe it was even in like July, maybe August, I'm not sure exactly when, Kate came out with her printable stickers. And for I think this is my third month, I've been using her print and cut stickers. Now, I was expecting to use the typical fall colors for my November budget, but at the last minute, I decided to go ahead and use this kit. I absolutely love these colors, and it's a nice change over all of the typical fall stuff. So this is what I'm going to be using. I don't have quite everything printed yet, but I did print the budget kit. Then I have the bill due stickers, I have my paycheck budgets, and then this page has the savings tracker, spending tracker, debt tracker, and debt snowball. So we're not going to use this one today. That will be in my part 2 budget. And I'll print the rest of the pages that I need for all of those trackers as well. But for today, we are going to use these pages right here. I just love these colors. They're absolutely gorgeous. So let's get right to it. Okay, so I'm going to try and leave this in my binder, but if it gets too cumbersome, then I will go ahead and just remove it, which is one of the things that I like the most about this binder, so that won't be a big deal at all. So I'm a couple of days behind in getting my budget set up. We actually got paid yesterday, but my husband went back to work yesterday. Yesterday was Halloween, and I just didn't get to get all of my budget stuff together. I also have been working a few hours this week, which is nothing compared to most people who work outside the home. However, I have been home since November of 2018, so I'm out of practice. And plus, you know, I have babysitting duty while Michaela's at work and all that stuff. So it has been a little bit of a busy week for me. It was nice when my husband was home before he went back to work because he was able to help with what I call Nana duty. Okay, so there is that. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and write down our income sources. My husband is retired from the military. He does have a full-time job, And then I will also put variable as well, because that variable will include my income and as well as like anything that we might sell or, you know, just that type of thing. So I will put those income sources, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this total sticker down. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and draw my lines. Let's see how I want to do this. I can't believe that it's November. Like, I feel like I say that every month, like every time we turn the calendar pages, but man, this year has just flown by. Like, it's almost time to get ready for Christmas, which I did actually order my first Christmas gift today. So that's exciting, but man, time is just flying. So I like to use one of these thin pieces of washi right here to kind of divide the income from my monthly budget. Now, my husband prefers that I not share our income, so I do not share that on my channel. I try and make sure that I have covered those numbers up when I'm flipping through pages, but in the event that you did catch a little glimpse, please do not share that anywhere. I appreciate that. Okay, so I've got my fixed expenses and my variable expense stickers laid down. Now, how I distinguish between the two is fixed expenses are anything that we need to pay, like even if my husband were to lose his job tomorrow, we would still have to pay those fixed expenses. Variable expenses are anything that if we needed to cut back on those things, we really could. And I will go ahead and tell you what some of those are in just a moment. Alright, so let me get my totals. Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and put my totals sticker all the way at the bottom, even though I don't think that I really need the entire page. I'm just going to do that anyways, just to keep it easier. And then go ahead and put this one over here. Next, I'm going to draw in my lines. I was thinking today that I need to figure out if I'm going to go Black Friday shopping this year, because typically I do, but I don't actually buy a lot of Christmas presents on Black Friday. I usually buy just things that we need and are going to buy anyway. But I just don't know if I'm going to do that this year, since we're going to be moving right after graduation. So I don't know. I guess I just need to wait and see what the sales are going to be like. I do know if I go Black Friday shopping that I will have a smaller budget than I normally have, just because it's not really necessary that I spend that much money. I usually buy some fun things like Christmas decor, and we have a Fred Meyer here, and Fred Meyer always does socks half off. So I'll probably still buy socks, and then they'll have like the bear paw boots, which are similar to like Uggs. They're just a cheaper knockoff. They'll have those for a good deal and that type of thing. So I might still get some of that type of thing. I'm just not really sure yet. But I do need to figure it out because I'm going to need to budget for that. So I'm going to go ahead and add another thin piece of washi right here, just because I absolutely love this washi and it is so beautiful. Okay, that doesn't line up perfectly, but I think it'll be okay. So for fixed expenses, I am going to put our mortgage, my car payment, car insurance, the electric bill, and then I'll also put like credit cards that we have. I am happy to say that we paid off one credit card in October. So we are at least making baby steps worth of progress. We have our RV. Thankfully, most of our debt will be gone by the time we move. So I'm super, super excited about that. And then my last fixed expense would be heating fuel. We are on the budget plan for that. So that is actually really nice. And then for variable expenses, I use for variable expenses, I put like our charitable contributions. We are still paying the orthodontist, but that is almost paid off, thankfully. I put our cell phone bill over here. And I put whatever subscriptions that we have. Like, for example, I do not remember signing up for auto renew for Costco, but lo and behold, that came through my account today. So I need to remember that. And then this is our internet. Whatever sinking funds that we might have, which I'm really, really hoping that this will be the month that we can start adding to them on a regular basis. Then we have groceries, gas, weekend fun, household, then my money, my fun money, my husband's fun money if he takes any. Sometimes he does, most times he doesn't. Then I'm going to put we have to pay the billet family, which I'll actually probably pay that as soon as I'm done filming this video. That's $400 a month. I have to pay for my daughter's math class, which is $100 a month. Then I'm going to add a miscellaneous unbudgeted category, and then I will add a cushion. And I think that'll do it. I probably should put travel in here because I do need to go to Anchorage next week. Liberty was chosen to be the, let me say this correctly here, student representative to the school board for one of our well, it is the school district that our homeschool program is in because they actually have some brick and mortar schools. So I'm taking her next week to Anchorage so that she can go to her first board meeting, and then she's also going to go to like a big conference, like a school board conference type of thing. So I don't exactly know what that entails, but I do know that I'm renting a car. They're paying for our airfare and our hotel, and then she gets a per diem for food, but I still will have to pay for some of our stuff. So anyways, that is everything that we have to pay for the month. So I'm going to take care of these pages in part 2 of my budget. So now we're going to do this page. So I prefer to use these Bill Do stickers from Caffeinated Cait, mostly because they take up less room in the squares, but these are super pretty as well. So and when you do the print and cut, you get both of them. When you order from her shop, you have to order them separately. So there is that. Okay, so let me mark paydays, which was yesterday. Today is Friday the 1st. We get paid on the 14th. And then I think we'll get paid on the 27th. I just realized that Thanksgiving is the 28th, so we definitely will get paid that day. But we will actually get paid on this day as well, so I'm going to mark it. But I'm not going to do 4 paycheck budgets. I'm just going to do 3 because this will be for December's income. I have my paydays marked. I'm going to just start marking my bills that are due. So some of them are auto pay, and there is this little auto pay, the little auto pay words right here. So what I do is I just lay all of my bills down. I'm going to start over here because we are kind of front end heavy. So I have, like, most of our bills are due on the 1st. So I'll put one here, and then I will put, I'll just add them as I go. And it's okay if it says like the 28th or the 29th or whatever if I have to go over there, because I know that they're coming out of this paycheck. So it's not really a big deal to me exactly where they're marked. So I just go down my list, adding all of my bills that are due. I think I only have one more month of Ipsy. We got that for Michaela for Christmas last year because she was pregnant, so we didn't really want to get her a bunch of clothes and, stuff like that. So one of the things that we got her was an Ipsy subscription, which was super fun, and she's loved it. But then they went and just increased the price by $2. And I was kind of miffed about that because I felt like it should have been the same price like the whole time, but The next 2 bills that I'm gonna put on here are not auto pay. So I'm going to add this one right here. This one is for, actually I don't need to add that one right there. I can add it here. This is for my daughter's math class, but she is at the FFA convention this week, so she's not been going to math, so I don't need to worry about paying that until next week when she comes home. I do need to pay the Billet family for my son that plays hockey. So I'll mark that one. Then I'm going to mark the RV. That is on auto pay. Most of our bills are on auto pay now, which is super nice, and I highly recommend it. All right, and then I'm going to do this one. This is just a personal loan that we have. And then our cell phone bill. So basically, you guys get the picture. I'm not going to go ahead and lay out all of them just for sake of time, because I don't want to bore you guys to death. So I can add a couple of more here. So basically what I do is when a bill clears our account, then I go ahead and just do a little check. So I'll check right here, or on the auto pay ones, I'll just check over the auto pay. So that has worked pretty nicely. So I don't mark it off in this view when it's paid. I actually mark it off when it has cleared the account. So that's been helpful to keep track of that. Okay, so that's pretty much all I'm going to mark for right now. You guys get the idea of how I mark what my bills are and when they are due. I'll just add this one. And now I'm going to go into my paycheck budgets. So I have this right here. I'm going to go ahead and put a thick washi down at the top. And this will be paycheck 1. I will use the income. So this was, we actually got retirement, my husband's full-time job at the same time, so in the same day. So it's kind of fun. I like it when that happens. It just seems like it's extra money, even though it's not really. I know it's a trick. And then I have variable. I did get paid already for the days that I worked this week. So I will actually have some variable income that I will put down there. It was not very much. I actually just used it for some Erin Condren stuff that I purchased. So soon I'll be bringing you guys a haul video when it actually gets here. That order is supposed to get here on Wednesday, which is the day that I'm leaving for Anchorage with Liberty, so I won't be able to do a haul video until I get back, which is a bummer. And I'm going to do a giveaway as well. So if you guys are interested in Erin Condren giveaway, be sure to watch for that info coming soon. So I've drawn my lines. And then the next thing is expenses. So I'm going to put, let's see, like I said, we are definitely heavier on the first than any of our other paydays. So I want to make sure that I have enough lines here. I don't think I'm going to. No, I will not, which is fine. So I'm going to start down a couple, and then I will go over onto the next page because I'll definitely have room for that. It won't be a big deal at all. So I'm taking care of the grandbaby today, or actually this evening, and he is in bed, but he is pretty cranky today. I'm not exactly sure why. So I keep having to get up and tend to him, which is fine. It just keeps making me lose my train of thought. So I do apologize for that. Okay, so I'm just going to draw my lines in here, and then I'm going to continue this paycheck budget over onto the next page, which I think it'll be fine. As we pay off more debt, we won't be so front end heavy, which will be definitely nice. So let me think about this. I think I will just continue this, like, let's see. Okay. So we will just go over to here. And I think that will be totally fine. I could continue or put my paycheck budget 2 right here, or I could just go ahead and do it on this page, which honestly is what I'll probably do, because that is the main reason why I switched my deluxe monthly over to the binder, was so that I could add additional notes pages in between each month, because I just didn't have enough. So that is what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and lay out paycheck budget 2, which will be the 14th. But I'll at least have this laid down, and I'll be ready for that when it gets here. So I'll do income. So one thing that my husband and I are not great about is doing our paycheck budget like as soon as we get paid, or maybe even like a day or two before, when we know what the amounts are going to be, but we haven't got paid yet. We usually wait until after we get paid, which means that we have spent some money already, which is annoying, because then we're not doing our paycheck budget starting from like our full paycheck. Like, you know, we're doing it minus whatever we already have spent. However, I purposefully did not go anywhere today so that I wouldn't spend any money. I have had to spend a little bit because some of the kids have needed some money, like Liberty needed some money, some spending money while she's in Indiana, and then Benjamin needed some money, and you know, he's off playing hockey in the Chicago area. So I did have to transfer some money to them, but that's not, I mean, it's not really a huge amount, and realistically we will have to budget for that anyways. So I will say that that is definitely a positive thing. I really wanted to go to town today, but I didn't, because I knew that I would spend money that we hadn't budgeted yet. So I stayed home. I'm going to give myself like 2 extra lines over what I think I need for paycheck 2 budget. And then paycheck 3 budget will go right here on this next page, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'll just go ahead and do that after I'm finished filming this, so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch. So let's see. I have been using this budget binder since, well, not the binder, but this particular deluxe monthly since January. So it is almost time to be getting a new one, which is pretty exciting. Okay, so I'm not going to put in our income right now, because my husband does not prefer me to do that. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take this monthly view, and I know that we got paid here and we'll get paid again here. So all of the bills, since if you remember, these are actually bills due here. I just don't have enough room. So all of the bills from here to here need to get paid from this paycheck budget. So that is how I like to do it. It's kind of taken the guesswork out of everything. Like, you know, oh, when am I going to pay this bill? When am I going to pay this bill? I know it's due this day, but I have to make sure, you know, that we have enough money, you know, whatever. It's really taken the guesswork out of it. So when we sit down to do our budget meeting, which honestly, most of our budget meetings are done over FaceTime because my husband works out of town, there's not really any questions. Like, we know, okay, these bills are due during this pay period. They have to be paid. So we just pay them. And that's all there is to it. So this is how we budget. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop me a comment down below. Also, if you have any tips or tricks for me that you think might work for our family, please do go ahead and drop those down below as well. One thing that I always say about budgeting is no two budgets are going to look the same. Like how I budget for my family, you know, how my husband and I budget for our family might look completely different than how you budget for your family. And that's fine. That's totally fine. As long as you have a system that works for you and you give as long as you have a system that works for you and you've given your dollars jobs, then that's fine. I mean, that's the most important part. It's the haphazard spending, like we typically do the first couple of days we get paid, except for this time, that gets you into trouble. And it has gotten us into trouble. If we could, you know, put a cap on that and stop doing it, we would have more money to put towards our debt. I'm just going to be transparent with you, because we would. So that's something that we're working on. This has not been an easy journey by any means, but we are making progress for sure. And it's like tangible progress. Like we can actually see, okay, we did this well this month. We did, you know, not so great in this area, and we need to kind of, you know, do a little bit better of a job or whatever. So it's definitely been a learning experience for sure. But I will tell you that my husband and I have way less arguments about money when we budget the way that we are right now. So I am definitely thankful for that. So if you're new to my channel, please do go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. I'd love for you to stick around. If you like this kind of content, please do give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.